guys, and welcome back to my channel. I originally filmed this introduction out in the field on Monday, but I accidentally pressed delete on that, so I'm having to record it again back in the house. But the plan for today's video is to give you a little bit of a quick farm tour, and then I'm going to quickly show you how I'm planning my beds for 2020. What happened over the weekend is we had Storm Ciara. So yeah, we have had 60-70 mile an hour winds and lots of rain, which is not really what we needed. We've pegged down a bit more of the weed membrane, and I just thought I would give you a little quick look around the field just to see where we are now in February. So I hope you can hear me okay. It's still pretty windy today, but it's not as bad as it was yesterday. Yesterday was horrendous, and I was trying to have a lie in yesterday on Sunday, and I just couldn't sleep because I was just so worried about the tipi and the greenhouse and all of the animals that we've got here. So yeah, woke up this morning and we've had lots of rain overnight, so there's lots of water stood around in the field, which makes it unworkable again for at least a few days. These are the two beds that I prepped on Thursday and Friday last week, and they've just become saturated again at that end. This weed membrane came up, and so did that weed membrane there too. I'm trying to make this into a perennial area, but I've planted some, Alchemilla mollis in this bed, and I'm just not sure if it's going to make it because it's been sat in water for the most of the winter. So I might have to plant that one again, which is a big shame. So in this section here, I've got about 20 beds, all 9 meters by 1.2 meters, and this is sort of like the main annual growing area, and I also have grown my dahlias in this area for 3 years in a row. Then I've got this triangle section. So my field is a bit of a weird shape. It's a triangle, so it's just trying to make the most of the space that we've got. So this time last year my beds looked quite different, so I'll put a picture up of that. Basically, I just realised we were wasting so much space on the grass paths, and I could get so many more plants in by taking all the grass up and putting down these pathways, which were a lot narrower than the grass paths that we had before, and it worked really well for us. So we spent a couple of weeks cutting grass, and it was a proper nightmare. The rolls of turf that we brought up from the field were so heavy, and I was carrying them onto crates and then we were taking them away. But yeah, that was a total nightmare, but it's done now, and it's gained us so much more space in the field. So I'm really pleased about that, and it was worth all of the hard work. So we are actually on a working farm, so there's a lot going on during the day. Rob's just moving the combine, and my other section of the flower farm is around the back of the farm, so I'm just taking you there now to show you the polytunnel and my other new growing area. So this is my polytunnel, which is 20 foot by 60 foot, and this is the first time I've actually checked it out since all of the wind, and it seems to have done really well, so I'm proud of it. Well done, polytunnel. And we got that from First Tunnels about 3 years ago, so it's been really, really good for us. It's such a useful space. And this area next to it here, so just coming across here and up to that fence at the back, is my new growing area. So we had this ploughed and power harrowed last summer, but unfortunately I tried to direct sow into it and it just didn't take very well. I didn't have the time to prepare it properly and it didn't work very well, but this year I'm hoping it's going to work really nicely for us, and we're going to get it covered with weed membrane like we have done with the beds on the other side of the farm. If you follow us on Instagram, you might have seen that we tried to put our pigs in this field behind us to try and get them to clear it for us, and unfortunately Princess and Cyril, they're a two-man team and I just don't think it was a big enough team to get it cleared for us. So even though they enjoyed going out every day into the new flower field, they just weren't doing a quick enough job for me. So I might, when we get some nicer days, I might just start putting them back out again, just so that they can get a bit of a leg stretch in the field. But it was really nice having them out in the field, and I'm hoping we can use them again in the future in some way. So this is my polytunnel. We have also moved on to the weed membrane technique in here just because I hate weeding, and this seems to be the right solution for not having to do that anymore. So we've got lots of ranunculus planted in here, and we're looking forward to these flowering in about April-May time. These are always such a big favourite on the farm. Ranunculus and dahlias are the one, but actually look what's been in here. The rabbits have been in here, so that's a bit annoying. I've shut the doors now because they were left open, so hopefully the rabbits can't get in now. So at the end of autumn, when I was planting these ranunculus out, I managed to get this bed and this bed done with the weed membrane, and I just have this one left to finish, and the reason why I left it was because I was waiting for these roses to go into dormancy so that I could dig them up. So yeah, I need to get round to doing that as soon as possible because they are actually starting to grow again. So I'm just heading back over to the greenhouse to get toasty warm. I'm going to get myself a cup of tea and I'm going to count up the dahlias and get those ready. So yeah, as I said before, we're on a working farm. We have a few hundred acres of arable farming, as well as lots of horses and donkeys, chickens, 1 cow, 2 pigs, 4 goats, and various other little random things that we've got here. So I just wanted to take you a little bit through my notes from last year and why I decided to get rid of all my grass paths and put weed membrane paths down. So in my good old trusty notebook here, I made a record of how big my old beds were, which was 6 metres by 1.5 metres each, and I had 12 of those beds altogether, which was 108 metres squared altogether. And there was so much space wasted between the beds with those big grass paths, and it just took me so long every week or so just to cut the grass. So the grass every year was encroaching on my flower beds as well, so I had to edge all of the beds, and it was just a proper nightmare, and there was no need to have that much of a wide grass path. I tried to keep my field looking quite tidy because it isn't at the entrance to our farm. We've got other businesses down here as well, like the kennels and cattery, so I like to keep it looking nice and tidy, with grass on some of it, just so that it looks presentable for the customers and things that are coming down the driveway. So what I decided to do was hire a turf cutter and just get rid of all the grass paths, and it gained me 61 metres squared. So this is what my flower field looks like now, and I've got 20 beds, all 9 metres by 1.2 metres, and no grass paths. So I'm saving time on cutting the grass, and I'm able to put in more flowers per metre squared of my growing area. So I've just done a little bit of a quick calculation, and if I'm using 12-inch plant spacing, which actually isn't the most common plant spacing that we usually go with 9-inch spacing, we can get an extra 10 plants per square metre. How good is that? Hi guys, so it's now Sunday and this was going to be a bit of a how I plan my beds vlog, but I just thought it was getting a bit long, so I thought I would just leave it as a farm tour, and then next week I'm gonna go through how I plan my beds with you. So I just thought I would give you a little insight into why it really benefited us to get rid of our grass paths, and also a bit of a storm watch. And this is what happened last night. Storm Dennis came and went. Well, I don't know if he's gone yet, but the field is just full of water again. That field is full of water. There's just water everywhere. Weed membrane on the driveway. Hopefully this is the last of the storms. I don't know. I've had enough of them now. So we've had Storm Ciara or Ciara, or however you say it, and we've had Storm Dennis. So we've had 60-70 mile an hour winds and flooding now as well. So this is just what we've got to deal with. It's February. I'm hoping that the weather's going to brighten up soon. Thanks again for watching, and you can subscribe if you'd like to see more of our videos in the future. We're hoping to do more of these kind of videos where we take you on a walk around the farm every sort of month or so, and you can keep track on how our flowers are growing throughout the summer until autumn time. And please, if you've got any suggestions for any other videos, then let us know in the comments section below, because we're always looking for new things to post about. Goodbye!